Alright, let's talk about Genshin Impact version 6.4. If you've been looking at the rewards and feeling like Primogems are harder to come by than usual, you're not imagining it. Free-to-play pull counts have dropped to one of the lowest points we've seen in a long time, and a lot of players are calling this patch a disaster. But this doesn't feel accidental. It feels deliberate. Version 6.4 plays out like a calculated test of player patience right before the next major story arc. In this video, we're breaking down this so-called savings patch and looking at how it's designed to pressure your resource management. We'll go through where every single Primogem comes from, what's realistically available, and how much effort is required to actually claim it. More importantly, we'll talk about whether pulling in 6.4 makes sense at all, or if this patch is one big trap meant to drain your savings before what comes next. Let's start with the numbers that caused most of the panic. Over the full duration of version 6.4, a completely free-to-play player can expect around 8,735 Primogems, plus 10 intertwined fates. When you convert that into limited banner pulls, it comes out to roughly 64 pulls total. Compared to version 6.3, that's about a 40% drop in free pulls. If you're running Welkin Moon, that number climbs to around 88 pulls, and if you add the Battle Pass on top of that, you can reach roughly 96 pulls. This patch feels dry because it is dry. After the Lantern Rite celebrations, the game shifts hard into endgame-focused content. The pressure is no longer about exploration or event rewards. It's about consistency and performance. The real question isn't just whether we're getting fewer Primogems, but why the economy suddenly looks like this. Version 6.4 earns its reputation as a savings patch because almost all of the easy rewards are gone. There's no new exploration at all. Dornman Port, which many players expected to open, remains inaccessible, meaning no new chests, no new waypoints, and no new world quests to farm. One of the largest sources of Primogems simply doesn't exist this patch. However, there's an important detail hidden in the calendar. This patch runs long enough to include both the March and April shop resets. That means 2 full resets of Paimon's bargains, giving players access to a total of 20 intertwined fates instead of the usual 10. On top of that, version 6.4 includes 2 full rotations of the Imaginarium Theater. These double resets form the backbone of the entire Primogem economy this patch, but they also demand a strong account. Casual players will feel this pressure much more than veterans. With exploration completely off the table, most of your Primogems come from grindable, permanent content. Daily commissions alone provide 2,520 Primogems over the 42-day patch. That's nearly a third of the entire free-to-play income, which makes daily logins more important than ever. On top of that, there are the standard patch rewards. Maintenance and bug fixes provide 600 Primogems, and the version 6.5 livestream adds another 300, bringing that total to 900. The biggest source of income comes from Imaginarium Theater. With 2 rotations available, clearing both at the highest difficulty can earn up to 2,000 Primogems. Even if you don't fully clear it, reaching Act 8 across both resets still gives a solid amount. The Spiral Abyss also resets once during the patch, offering up to 800 Primogems for a full clear, or slightly less if you stop earlier. There's also the new endgame event, Stygian Onslaught, which awards a one-time 450 Primogems for clearing all difficulties. When you add everything together, permanent endgame content accounts for roughly 6,670 Primogems, or about 3/4 of the total free-to-play income. Version 6.4 makes it very clear that wishes now come from effort, not exploration. The remaining Primogems are scattered across limited-time events. The main flagship event provides 760 Primogems, along with a crown and a free 4-star character. 2 smaller events contribute another 840 combined. Character trials add 80 more, and web events, mail rewards, and login bonuses account for around 310. Altogether, these one-time rewards only make up about 1,990 Primogems, which is a sharp contrast to previous patches. So why structure the economy this way? The answer becomes obvious when you look at the banners. Version 6.4 is stacked with temptation. Phase 1 introduces Varka, a brand new 5-star Anemo Claymore DPS designed as a powerful on-field carry, running alongside a popular rerun. Phase 2 introduces Loan, a new support character who later joins the standard banner, alongside 2 strong reruns. This creates heavy fear of missing out at a time when resources are at their lowest. For a free-to-play player starting from 0 pity, you'll likely have around 40 pulls by the end of Phase 1. That gives you roughly a 24% chance at pulling Varka. Even if you use all 64 pulls available across the entire patch, the odds only rise to around 32%. There's no guarantee here. For Welkin and Battle Pass players, the situation is more forgiving, with enough pulls to realistically reach soft pity. This forces a strategic decision. Do you gamble on Varka's meta potential, or do you secure Lowen before he disappears into the standard banner pool? Neither option is wrong, but both come with long-term consequences. When you step back and look at the patch as a whole, version 6.4 isn't a mistake. It's a deliberate test. It punishes impulsive pulling and rewards consistency, planning, and strong endgame accounts. Free-to-play players are looking at around 64 pulls, while Welkin and Battle Pass players can reach close to 100, but every pull requires effort. The smart approach is to maximize permanent content, avoid panic pulls, and think long-term. For free-to-play players without guaranteed pity, skipping banners is often the safest move. For low spenders, targeting a specific character that fills a real account need makes far more sense than chasing hype. Version 6.4 rewards patience and preparation. It's not generous, but it's intentional. And how you handle this patch will likely decide how ready you are for the next major shift in Genshin's story and meta. For more content like this, subscribe to the channel. And comment down whether you're pulling for Varka or not.